Hello everybody and welcome to another episode here on the channel. Today we're gonna be doing a book review of one of the books that I read on December. I loved it and it hurt my feelings. But first, I wanted to say that I am out of town. My background is a little bit different. I don't have bookish content here, so I'm sorry. The Invisible Life of Addie Larue by V.E. Schwab. Okay, so this book was released on October of last year and it caused a lot of hype within the fantasy community. V.E. Schwab had been working on this book for ages, so there was a lot of people really excited about its release. And now I get why. Because this book is so beautiful and so heartbreaking at the same time. V.E. Schwab's writing style shines so brightly here. It's so mind-blowing. It's incredibly immersive. You can easily get into the characters' heads and sympathize with their feelings because, yeah, this book is so emotionally charged that I stayed knocked out for a day after I finished it. Post-book depression is real, people. The story is about a girl and a curse, a very well realized curse. We meet Addie Larue, a French girl from the 18th century that's praying for freedom when she escapes from her arranged wedding. And she stays in the woods praying until it's dark. The thing is, she was told she shouldn't pray to the gods that answer in the dark, but she doesn't realize that the sun is set until this dark god appears. This dark god listens to her prayers and offers her a deal: freedom and immortality to go and discover the world by herself in exchange for her soul when she was done with her life. But of course he tricks her because he's a dark god. The deal turned out to be a curse. She became immortal and able to go around the world for 300 years by herself at the cost of becoming literally a ghost. She's able to meet people, but every time they turn around and they go see her again, they don't remember who she is. She is not able to write, is not able to draw, take pictures. She's not even able to say her name out loud because that would mean leave a mark in the world, and she's not able to do that. She can't. She can't do anything that would mean that somehow somebody knows that she existed. And the loneliness that Addie feels in this world when she's not able to build any kind of relationship is so brutal and heartbreaking. Through all the book, we see her pain and her suffering. We see the other characters that are so well realized. They are so deep and complex. And that's because the author does an amazing job at portraying feelings, emotion, especially grief. There's a lot of people that didn't really like this book so much, and I get it because at least the main complaint that I saw on Goodreads was that the pacing was terribly slow. And it's true, it is. There's actually people that said that this story doesn't really have a plot, that the characters are just meandering around and stuff. But it's not, it does have a plot, but it just develops really slowly because the main focus of the story are the characters, not the plot. And well, I'm a really character-driven sort of reader, so it didn't bother me so much because I do like balance in the books I read, but I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of pacing if I get better characterization, I guess. Before I go into spoilers, I must say that I highly recommend this book. It might not work for everyone because of the reasons that I said before, but if you're looking for a beautifully written story and characters, a really well done curse that will leave you wondering what freedom is all about actually, then I recommend you to pick it up. And I think you won't regret it. Time for spoilers in 3, 2, 1, go! There are 3 things I want to talk about in this section. The first being Luke. I adored how the devil is portrayed in this story and how he toys with everyone as a hobby. The way he presents himself for the first time to Addie is just exquisite. He presents himself as Addie's dreamed guy just to freaking mock her. I don't know, I was fascinated by him. And every time he appeared on page, I knew it was going to be a good part because he is so interesting. I would have loved to spend more time with him on page. I don't know if I have a viewpoint from him because I did like the mystery that he represented. And yeah, I like how twisted his feelings are because he says like he's in love with Addie in a really selfish and possessive way. But I'm gonna talk about relationships later. The second thing being Schwab's depiction of depression in Henry's character. Oh my God. It's been so long since I felt as related to a character as I did with Henry. I've always been said that I feel too much, I'm too intense, everything affects me a lot. So it was like a punch in the gut when I read this line. Other people would call him sensitive, but it is more than that. The dial is broken, the volume turned all the way up. Moments of joy registered as brief, but ecstatic. Moments of pain stretched long and unbearably loud. Seeing his dark thoughts as storms building inside his head, it's just so accurate. And you freaking get why he made the deal. The kind of insecurity he deals with. His craving for acceptance and affection is so well done. And the third thing I wanted to talk about is relationships. First, Addie and Luke. And this is complex because we know that it's such a toxic relationship, but it's built out of need because what can you do when there's no one else in the world you can turn to because no one knows who you are? He is her only constant, and it's tragic because he is the responsible for her loneliness in the first place. And Luke, on his side, goes from trying all the time to get Addie to surrender her soul to him to kind of saying he loves her. But we all know it's an obsession because he's incapable of loving. And it's so complicated because if you see Addie and how she chooses the guys she wants to be with, they all look kind of like him. It's so weird. And then we have Addie and Henry, the cute relationship that started with the 3 words that Addie's been craving to hear for 300 years. I remember you. Seriously, I stopped breathing when I got to that part. It's really normal for them to try and stick together. He's the only one that can remember Addie, and she's the only one that can see Henry for who he is and not what she wants him to be. But is it love? I kept asking myself that question when I was reading. Do they really fall in love, or they're just clinging to the only thing that feels real? And if that's the case, is it that terrible? I don't know if I can judge someone on that because these people are so broken that the only comfort they can find in the world is with one another. My only conclusion is that love comes in a lot of different shapes and ways, and it is fine. The thing that's not fine is how this ends. Oh my God, it left me crying myself out for an hour. Why? I mean, I expected something sad to happen, but this was too much. So, this was my review for The Visible Life of Addie Larue. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about this video, if you liked it, if you liked the book, or if you're planning to read it. And don't forget to ring the bell and press on the subscribe button to see more content in the futures. Thank you guys, and see you soon.